Thanks for joining us and welcome to The Rundown. I'm Jason Madison. The sudden death of former Oskaloosa Indian, Iowa Hawkeye, and NFL giant Tyler Sash rocked the community and the state of Iowa this week. According to the Oskaloosa Police Department, the 27-year-old passed away Tuesday, September 8th, at his residence in Oskaloosa. Emergency responders received a call from a family member at 10 a.m. in reference to an unresponsive male. Upon arriving at Sash's residence, it was determined that the male was deceased and was later identified as Sash. The Iowa Office of State Medical Examiners performed an autopsy on Sash Wednesday. The autopsy revealed no acute trauma. The cause and manner of death are pending further investigation and additional laboratory testing. Sash was an Oskaloosa native and resident. After playing football for Oski High, Sash played for the Hawkeyes from 2008 to 2011. In 3 seasons, Sash recorded 217 total tackles, 13 interceptions, and earned All-American honors. Sash was drafted by the Giants in 2011, where he played for 2 seasons. Sash recorded 25 tackles and forced a fumble in his professional career. Sash also won a Super Bowl as a member of the 2011 Giants. He was released by the Giants on August 31st, 2013. Sash will be laid to rest tomorrow, Friday, September 11th. A memorial service is scheduled at 11:30 p.m. on Friday, September 11th at the Oskaloosa Community Stadium at the Lacey Complex in Oskaloosa, with a private family burial to follow. If you're unable to attend the public memorial service, Friends of Friday, a group of residents are planning another event to remember Sash. High school classmates and friends are celebrating his life Sunday, September 13th at the old community stadium where Sash once played. The event starts at 6 p.m. and organizers ask that you bring a candle for a vigil later that evening. Check back with the rundown for more details on Sash's investigation. With heavy hearts, the Oski football squad will try to regroup and hit the road this Friday to take on crosstown rival Pella. Pella is the defending Class 3A state champs. Last year, the Dutch cruised past the Indians 61-6. Pella is 2-0 on the year. The Indians are 0-2 after falling 20-0 to Ottumwa last week. Head coach Mike Sterner says his young squad needs to focus on improving.
A rivalry is two-sided, so we've got to get to the point where we can battle with them and challenge them and beat them. At this point, though, we're not focused on them. We're focused on our best, and really that's where it has to be. We have to understand what they do well and what we can do with our team to do well against them.
Oski's defense is allowing a respectable 20 points per game, but the Indians' running attack has struggled. Oskaloosa is only averaging 4.5 points per game this season. The Indians will need all of that and much more against a high-powered Pella attack led by senior quarterback Noah Clayberg. Clayberg has tallied more than 450 yards of offense and 6 touchdowns. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. at Pella. Moving up a level, the Penn football team is building its postseason resume with success. Penn notched its 2nd win in a row after defeating number 8 Mid-America Nazarene in the Heart of America Athletic Conference crossover game. In Penn's home opener, the number 19 Statesmen rallied to knock off the Pioneers 51-48 in triple overtime. Here's the game-winning highlight. Senior starting quarterback Tyler Hafner dials up number 11 Jatavius Stewart, who answers on this 25-yard pass and score. Stewart owned the night, catching 2 TDs and rushing for 2 more. The senior finished the game with 5 grabs for 117 yards. Stewart was also recorded 18 more yards on the ground to snatch up Offensive Player of the Week honors.
We understand we're 2-0 right now. We're undefeated, but that's the least of our worries right now. We just focus on the next game, taking it one game at a time. We don't worry about no other team's record or the rankings or nothing like that. We just go to play and win.
Hafner helped set up the game-winning score to Stewart. The senior QB completed 10 of 27 passes for 243 yards. Hafner says it was a team victory, but extra props goes to his receiving corps.
A lot of those passing yards were actually because of Jatavius and his playmaking abilities. Kramer also had 2 really good catches at clutch situations, and then Desmond, of course, had that one in the 2nd overtime on the 3rd and long that got us in the end zone to get us to the 3rd overtime.
It shows the fight in us. We don't give up. It don't matter. Like Tyler said, it don't matter if we're down 100 points. We're still that team that thinks we have a chance of winning the game. And Coach always told us if we stick together as a team, and fight to the end, I mean, we can accomplish anything.
William Penn travels to Baldwin City, Kansas this Saturday to face undefeated number 15 Baker in another Hart crossover game. Kickoff is set for 6 p.m. Changing gears, William Penn men's soccer has hit a rough patch on the pitch. The 2-2-1 Statesmen struggled early against the visiting Cougars from Columbia. The 3-1 Cougars opened the match with a commanding 2-0 lead in the first 14 minutes. However, senior Angelo Kelly got Penn on the board at the 26:56 mark with an unassisted goal. The score remained 2-1 until the 79th minute when Penn freshman Angus Delby knotted the game up at 2-2 with another unassisted goal. Unfortunately, Columbia pulled away 3-2 at the 81-minute mark to secure the win. Kelly and junior Randolph Tamba paced the Navy in gold with their 3 shots apiece as the visitors were narrowly outshot 14-13. Penn goalie Max Stammer finished the afternoon with 5 saves against 3 goals. William Penn returns to Oskaloosa Friday for its home opener at Lacey. The Statesmen host Morningside in non-conference action at 7:30 p.m. And sticking with news on the pitch, William Penn women's soccer squad will also be in action this weekend. The Statesmen have their eyes set on taking home the Penn Invitational. Penn started off the year with a pair of victories, winning the Crimson Wave Invitational. But last week, Penn suffered its first setback, falling 2-1 at home to St. Mary's from Nebraska. Penn will take on Morningside on Friday to kick off its Invitational. On Sunday, Penn will take on a familiar foe, former conference rival Clark.
Yeah, definitely. I think we've finally found ourselves and we've finally become our team. All the new players and all the transfers have come in and we've finally got our learning style down. So I think as a team we've found the way that we need to play the rest of the season now. And we're definitely hoping to get 2 wins this weekend. I definitely think we can do it. There's nothing stopping us.
Head coach Willie McGowan has been pleased with the season and how it has started, especially with the conference season just around the corner. After being picked to finish last in the Heart of America Athletic Conference, Coach Willie McGowan says his squad has to earn respect in the new conference, but he also says Penn might be a surprise for a few teams.
You do not have an easy game in the HAC. There's not one team out there, I think, that every team looks at and is like, okay, that should be 3 points right there. You know, everyone's going to have to fight. Maybe we'll be that team that can take a few teams by surprise, and you know, we'll just see where it ends up. I mean, we're excited to be in there, and you know, it's one of the toughest leagues in the NAI. But if we know we can compete in there, we know that we can be competitive with just about any team in the NAI.
Kickoff is set for 5 p.m. on Friday, September 11th at Lacey against Morningside. On Sunday, the women will take on Clark at 1 p.m. A pair of Linksters are already causing a stir in the new conference. Senior Spencer Skipper and sophomore Miranda Keeler earned Heart of America Athletic Conference Golfer of the Week honors. Skipper tied for second in the Midwest Collegiate Open, shooting an even par 144. The men finished in third place, while Keeler tied for fourth on the women's side of the tournament. The women's golf team finished in second place. The men will be back in action on September 12th for the Clark Classic in Peosta, Iowa. The women will hit the links on September 14th for the Deer Park Classic in Oglesby, Illinois. Good luck this week to all our athletes in the area, and thank you for joining us. See you next week on The Rundown.